water, my friend.
Lights out, away we go.
Hello and welcome to ITSO podcast episode 4.
Yep.
We're going to start off by apologising for the delay in this episode. Lots of personal stuff going on with myself and Julian, family, holidays, things like that. But we're back. We're going to try and make this a little bit more regular, perhaps every 2 weeks or so. But there's been a lot happening.
Quite a few things.
We've got a lot to talk about, but I haven't actually made a topic list, but I've got it jumbled up in my head. But we could start off with what's just happened.
In terms of the recent game that we just watched.
Yeah, so big results at for the European places up for grabs.
Yeah.
Man Utd versus Brighton. Man Utd sitting in 4th.
Yeah.
Brighton sitting, I believe, in 8th before
position,
this,
yeah.
but with games in hand.
With this win.
Yeah, why don't you talk about it, Julian?
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, with this win, they're going to be moving a lot closer to where Liverpool is. So we were just having a little chat after the game. Well, first of all, I just want to say congrats to Brighton. Beating United at Old Trafford as well.
It wasn't at Old Trafford.
Oh, it wasn't at Old Trafford. Oh shit.
It was at the Amex Arena.
Oh, I think. Oh, anyway, listen, that's also a result.
That's why everyone was cheering the penalty.
Okay. I was wondering why there was so many more. Like I felt like it was a Brighton.
It was a Brighton.
But yeah, so the referee blew the whistle. There was a handball. Blew the whistle. The game was done. It came back to VAR, and they rightly so gave it a penalty.
Yeah,
it was
so
an easy handball.
I would say that it was fairly dramatic at the end. I would say it was a relatively tight, tense affair, 0-0 throughout the whole game.
Though Brighton did have the upper hand towards the end, and they could have easily grabbed the goal. And I was rooting for them, if I'm honest.
I would say I'm fairly neutral in this. I
Yeah.
used to be a Man U supporter, but not since Fergie left. But I would say fair result. Brighton had the upper hand. I think it's hard on Man U, but they've got more important, bigger fish to fry. I would say the FA Cup final and securing Champions League is their sort of goals for the rest of this season. Brighton's goals, I would say, is they should be pushing to try and finish 5th at least, or well, 6th at least for their Europa
with their
spot.
game in hand, they would go equal on points with Liverpool. I don't think they have as many goals as Liverpool. To be honest, Liverpool hasn't scored too many goals compared to the previous seasons. But Brighton do have the chance to potentially secure that 5th place. And with a few shaky performances from Man U as well, there's a chance that whether it's Man U or Newcastle could fall out of the top 4. And whether that's Brighton that capitalises or Liverpool, because Liverpool will be on the same points with the same number of games, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll have to wait and see. It's really tight everywhere. Like at the bottom, kind of mid-table, top 4 area, and still, the title's not over yet. The title is not over.
Hopium. We'll come on to that.
Yeah.
You were talking about Liverpool, so I think we should address that for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw the comparison between Liverpool and Chelsea. They were both, I would say, the last time we did a podcast, they were both languishing around 10th to 13th. One club has pushed on.
Yeah.
One club has not. Liverpool now in 5th place. That's quite a dramatic rise. Pushing for 4th.
Well,
They might nab it.
They've gone on quite a winning streak though.
Yeah.
So.
So I would say that congrats to Liverpool for being able to push on.
Yeah.
I think Klopp secured his place quite well. But I wanted to talk about the other side of that duality that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Chelsea with their recent. How would you rate their performance against yourselves?
If I'm particularly honest, like I would say we opened them up very easily. It felt like they feared us, and they couldn't play the way they wanted to. And to be honest, I don't think they're a bad side. I think they offered a good level of like football. But the problem with them is in their final third throughout the whole game, it's just pretty much lackluster. Like
I would argue that they are dreadful in all 3 thirds. Like I would say the only bright spot of Chelsea is that they are decent in defence.
But let's put it this way: they have not lost games like 1-2, 3-0, have they? Like one or two
No,
games,
their
like,
defensive record.
like-
So we're going to come on to this, but the defensive record's pretty good.
they are still a team that have not conceded a lot of goals, but their biggest problem is scoring goals. That's why they're not winning games. I don't think it's anything else.
I mean, I think their biggest problem is... So I watched that match, and from what I saw, their problem is stringing passes together in the midfield and attack. There's no connection between them. They don't know what they're doing. Even their goal, like, what was his Madueke? Madueke's goal looked awful.
But he was the biggest threat.
He was the biggest threat, and it still looked awful. Like, I take you back to like Conor Gallagher. Yeah, but I take you back to Conor Gallagher winning their April goal of the month because it was the only goal they scored, and it was a deflected shot.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, it was not only their fastest goal of the month, it was also their greatest goal of the month, their worst goal of the month, and whatever other accolade you want to put on that.
So, there's been a lot of chat recently about Chelsea in the Premier League. They sit on 39 points.
Yeah.
The traditional barrier is when you hit 40, you're safe from relegation. There's been a couple of videos from Rory Jennings and so on.
Yeah.
Entertaining the idea of
relegation.
Could Chelsea be relegated?
Well, the thing is, it's not just about Chelsea could end up losing all their games and still not get relegated. And
Absolutely.
And the reason for that is because it's all down to the bottom teams.
Yes, and Forest have some tough games.
They have to win.
You see,
a lot has to go pretty bad for Chelsea for them to actually.
But you see, what I would say is the biggest thing in this is the fact that we're even discussing, like, the fact that I believe it's like Forest Chelsea and Bournemouth Chelsea, right? Those are the next two games.
Yeah.
The fact that we're discussing those as 6-pointer games tells you how bad Chelsea are doing right now.
Well, you know what's actually funny? Arsenal were in the relegation last year for longer than Chelsea was, right? Yeah. Yet they didn't get relegated. So they were actually at bottom. They were in 20th place for longer than Chelsea were. Chelsea haven't been in the relegation.
But not at this point of the season.
But at this point of the season, they have fallen down quite a lot.
No, they haven't fallen down. They just haven't gone up.
Yeah, they haven't gone up at all. But at the same time, I just feel like last year, it was just like, yes, Arsenal were at the bottom, and people were saying we were going to get relegated, but we didn't get relegated.
No, but I would argue that this was before Christmas, and after Christmas, you guys basically went up the table like a decent team should.
Yeah, pretty much like Liverpool's resurgence.
Now, talking about, I'm trying to like make sure our segues are pretty smooth. So talking about Chelsea and their relegation battle, they've got a new appointment coming in, Pochettino.
Yeah.
Now, as a sort of part-time Spurs fan, bites me a little bit because I basically became a Spurs fan during the Pochettino era.
I mean, there was a lot of good games and good.
It was Champions League final, it was a decent era. Like good runs in the Champions League, finishing above you guys quite often. Like,
I was praying you guys would win the Champions League, and to be honest, I think you somewhat would have.
We bottled it. We bottled it.
You did deserve to.
But anyways, there, though. Point is that now he's been appointed at Chelsea. Do you think Pochettino will turn Chelsea around next season? With the squad he's got,
I think the only way is up. You can't get lower than this.
I think that's like a sniff flag.
The funniest thing would be if Chelsea do get relegated, then Pochettino is going to be like managing a team in the Championship.
Do you know what? Like, a part of me really wants Pochettino to take it over, and then they get relegated, and then Pochettino leaves them afterwards and said, "Yeah, I did that on purpose. I hate Chelsea."
Oh, so is he getting appointed before the end of the season?
No, at the end of the season.
At the end of the season, yeah.
And
Lampard has not won a game yet.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to come on to. So from one side, from their potential manager to their current manager, Lampard. What do you think this does to his legacy at Chelsea?
Nothing.
As a manager,
nothing.
Does nothing to his like.
I don't think so, because he's not like, no disrespect to him. They've given him another chance to try and do good, but even a manager, even a professional manager, has not been able to do anything at that.
What do you mean, professional manager?
Well,
they're all professional managers.
Okay, but a proven manager.
Yeah.
Right? A proven manager.
Who's a proven manager?
More proven than Lampard.
Who are you talking about?
Graham Potter.
Is he more proven?
Yeah, more proven than Lampard. Yeah.
I would argue.
I mean, if he would have stayed at Brighton, like,
I think
would have.
I think how good Brighton are doing demonstrates that Potter was not the reason behind it, and the fact that they're playing better without him.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
You don't agree? Okay.
Because the thing is, they have also brought in some players, right?
Yes, but they've also lost. So when he was manager,
Trossard,
their two best players were Cucurella, who they sold to Chelsea, and Trossard, who they sold to you guys.
Yeah.
Right, they've lost both of them.
But it seems,
And
they brought
a
in,
common theme in Potter's managing is lots of chances created, very few chances scored. And that's a common theme that has continued on at Chelsea. And I think what we're seeing
was
now...
that the case at Brighton? I
Yeah.
don't think
So they had one of the highest chance creations,
Yeah.
but the lowest goals scored. And then as soon as he leaves, Senesi, or whatever their manager is called now, they score more. We've just seen.
so.
Right?
I knew that. Fair enough, that stat is decent. But I think Potter should have stayed at Brighton.
I think he should have stayed or gone on to I think
But he's more proven than Lampard. Let's just put it that way.
he is more proven than Lampard, but I would say that I think Lampard inherited a poison chalice.
Even Mr. Conte himself. He is extremely proven as a manager. Like, to a level on par with Mourinho, potentially.
But do you think he could turn Chelsea around right now?
Well, the thing is, was he not Chelsea's manager?
No, you see, this is the problem, right? I think Chelsea's biggest problem, because I've been watching a lot of Rory Jennings and James Lawrence Alcott and them lot,
Yeah,
and
James
also
Vardy
Pitch
too.
Squad and stuff.
Not those guys.
And from what I've seen and heard, and it seems, and from news articles as well, it seems a lot that they've got a owner who thinks they know better.
Well, the
And
American dude.
Yeah, Bowley. Because, did you hear about him going into the dressing room and shouting at one of the players, saying that you're playing rubbish
I heard something.
and stuff like that? And it's like, bro, and it's rumored to be that it was Sterling that he was talking about, like one of your biggest signings. The fact that he's going around saying that they were going to beat Real Madrid 3-0 at the Bernabeu.
The way he said it as well, which is what surprised me. Like, if you're going to say something like that, you should do something about it.
And the fact that he's saying that I think a lot of the problem with Chelsea, and I think this is a repeat of what a lot of people have said, but I would say that just to echo it, it seems to be a problem of their transfer policy, much like your guys' transfer policy, although not actually similar, but in the fact that it was just the wrong transfer policy, is that they seem to be just going for players to spite other teams, not going for players that they need.
Yeah.
Like, what they need is somebody who's a clinical finisher, but they bought Mudryk. And the only reason they did that was because you guys wanted him.
He was a proven finisher in Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yeah, but what they needed was a proven
And
finisher.
I personally think Mudryk would have done better at Arsenal.
I agree, but I would also say
at this stage, I'm glad we bought Trossard.
No, but I'm saying that at that time, right, you could have gone for any striker. That amount of money, you could have gone for Ivan Toney from Brentford. You could have gone for, I don't know, Vardy from Leicester, who were in a relegation. You could have gone for.
We've been trying to go for Vardy for years. He's
but
not gonna come down
what I'm saying is that
we actually got 3 players for price.
Shh. We're not talking about you. I don't care about Arsenal, man.
We got 3 players
For fuck's sake.
We got a good deal. We got a good deal.
Bro, we're not talking about you, man.
Okay.
It's not always about Arsenal. This is the problem with Arsenal fans. You talk about other team and you're like, it's all about Arsenal right now. We're not talking about Arsenal. I don't care.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. Okay, carry on talking about Arsenal then.
No, because we got a segment on that as well.
No, you do your Arsenal segment.
No, all I'm saying is that the price that we would have paid for Mudryk, we got 3 players for the price of him, and it turns out they did all right.
Okay.
That's it.
Anything else you want to say about Arsenal?
No.
Can we continue talking about what we were talking about?
Chelsea, let's go.
Fuck's sake, man. This is the problem with recording with an Arsenal fan. They just cannot shut up about their own team. It's we don't care right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
So back to what we were saying. At the time, they needed goals.
Yeah.
Right? So what you need, so this is why I was drawing the comparison to Arsenal, right? So calm down, okay? But for years and years, what you guys needed was a solid CDM and solid defenders. And what you kept doing was buying attackers. Aubameyang, whatever, right?
It was a good buy.
No, yeah, he was a good buy. But what I'm saying is you kept buying wingers and attackers, and you didn't invest in your defense or CDMs. And it was
we attempted to, but for some reason, no one ever wants to give us a good price for anything.
Well, no, because you guys at the time it was Arsene Wenger, and to be honest, we know Arsene Wenger's problem with like,
What?
because you guys had you guys are like one of the best financial teams. You guys have made money on transfers.
Yeah.
The problem with that is that if you make money on transfers, it also means that you are looking more at the price and less at the player.
But look at the example with Arteta, right? Like the fact that we only got Jorginho.
Yeah, but no. This
It's
is not a
insane.
good. No. Because what you guys have done in the past 2 or 3 seasons is invest heavily, which is what Arsene Wenger wanted if he could. But because you guys had a new stadium, much like Tottenham's problem, because you guys had a new stadium, you guys couldn't spend that much money because you guys were trying to play trying to play under financial fair play, which Spurs are trying as well. But obviously, Man City have decided, nah, fuck that shit, and so have Chelsea. Anyways. I'm probably gonna have to like bleep out all of this like swearing.
Well, at least we know how it's done.
But anyways, so I would say, but anyway, going back to my point. So what Chelsea have done is they've bought players, right, that other teams won that don't fit their team. They don't need extra wingers. Like they're not great, but the wingers they've got is fine. They have Sterling, they had Pulisic, right? Why did you also go and buy Mudryk? Like you had Mason Mount as well. So you have a cam, you have a left wing, you have a right wing. They're also very decent. You should buy backups for those. But what you needed and what you didn't have was a proven striker. You thought you had it in Aubameyang. We're talking about Chelsea here, but you thought you had Aubameyang.
Enzo.
But why? Yeah, this is the other thing. Why are you buying Enzo Fernandez? Like he obviously like hot young talent.
He's a decent player.
Yeah, he is a decent player. He's probably their best player. But actually, I would argue not. But anyways, but equally, he's not what you need. You need a goal scorer, and you didn't go out and get a goal scorer, and you spent 600 million in the transfer window, and didn't get a goal scorer. Why? Anyways,
to be honest, like the biggest, saddest thing that I ever witnessed in the last couple of seasons with Chelsea is the fact they bought Aubameyang. That's just so sad.
I think Aubameyang is tarnished. Like he doesn't have a legacy.
He's still got a very good Premier League record for us. But he's killed it off.
But do you feel like so this goes on to one of my other points for the upcoming summer transfer window, which is like what we're going to do with Kane, right? What is Kane going to choose? Because I would argue that for me, respect and legacy is more important than winning trophies. Like I would say, I think Aubameyang might have won like La Liga with Barcelona or something, and he might have won some cups somewhere else, right? But what he's done to his legacy is by going around from team to team, right, chasing trophies. His legacy at Arsenal, I would say, he doesn't have a legacy. Nobody at Arsenal loves him.
I would disagree. I think
you guys love him.
I think there are many Arsenal fans that love him. I love him still. I still like him.
Okay, I'm going to clip this bit.
I appreciate everything that he's done for the club. I'm just a bit distraught how he's moved to Chelsea. Like moving to Barcelona is fine, but moving to a rival club, I think that's just not on, and that's why I feel a bit bad. But he.
And you think Arsenal fans love Aubameyang?
Well, come on, he scored almost 100 goals in 170 games. That is an insane record. Like, that's pretty good. Okay, not.
We're going to put this to a poll, right? But Arsenal fans. I know you guys watch this stuff because you guys, anyone who mentions you just like him can't shut up about Arsenal.
We like.
Tell me if you.
We appreciate the memories.
If you love Aubameyang, like the video. If you hate Aubameyang, subscribe.
I was hoping you would say the opposite, but no. One more point I would like to mention with that is, if Aubameyang would have stayed at Arsenal, he would have gone on to flourish.
Could you stop hitting your chair?
Sorry, he would have gone on to flourish, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
And imagine if he would have stayed with this team. That's the type of striker we need.
So you see, this is my point, right? With the current game, so the reason why I'm a bit disenchanted with football, because we're even seeing it with who I consider to be the GOAT, Messi, right? Although he might be going back to his old club, so that would actually discount my point. But the point is, nobody in football has patience or loyalty, right? It's like, this is why I feel like, part of me feels like, I feel like Kane deserves to move to a bigger team to win a trophy, right? But I would say that if he were able to win a trophy at Spurs, his doesn't matter what cup it is, his legacy would be like lifelong. Like it would be in the history books. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like this feeling of oh, I can't win cups at this club, I have to move, right? Is like Aubameyang's an example of that. It's like somebody who like, oh, I need to move, right? Well, you moved all around, right? You went from like Dortmund to London, Arsenal. Then you went from Arsenal to Barcelona, then now to Chelsea. So you've ended up back in London, right? You're mid to lower end of the table, and then you've just been beaten by your old club, who you guys actually need a striker like him, a pacey striker up front. You have Nketiah, right? But actually Aubameyang, I would say, is like a more proven striker than Nketiah, especially for you guys.
Still extremely young.
Yeah. So he's clearly still maybe not in his prime, but like he's still in like a green patch. He could still be in a green patch of his playing career. And but what I'm saying is, if he had stayed at Arsenal until now, right, or if he had come back to Arsenal, I would say that he would have developed some legacy.
Would have been a good decision if he came back.
But obviously not. He chased the bag, and that's what everyone's doing.
You also got to remember the way he left us, right? I don't think there was a way back for him. Now Arteta came out recently and showed extreme respect to him. Some Arsenal fans were saying it's just a media stunt or whatever, and some were saying he was genuine. I genuinely think Arteta was genuine with that. I think he wanted the best for him, but there was a level of disrespect apparently Aubameyang showed.
Yeah. So now, talking about disrespect that players are showing, do you like the way I'm segueing all of these?
Beautiful.
Let's talk about Messi. Unfortunately, showing some disrespect. Now, I didn't read too much about the story. You apparently, so why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah. So, first of all, I don't think it's respectful from any fan group to go to a player's house and like not just one or two or 10 or 50. It seemed like there was at least 100 people out there, and they were like really aggressively chanting whatever in French, but I could only presume it was pretty bad stuff. And imagine like there was obviously security for both of those players and stuff. But imagine
tell them what happened. Like tell them what led up to where what's the
so
reaction?
With Neymar, he's not necessarily going anywhere, but he's just been performing badly. Because of the recent results that have happened, how PSG haven't done so well in the Champions League, and also some results in the Liga, in the League One, Liga, and stuff. And obviously there are reports that Neymar wants to go. There are reports that Neymar actually wants to move on. Yeah. Right. Maybe Bayern and stuff. I
wouldn't be surprised.
And then obviously with Messi as well. As soon as there are reports, it seems like the fans just go a bit crazy and stuff. And I just felt that was a bit disrespectful. But in Messi's case, he's actually gone without consent to another country. According to the reports, Messi is an ambassador for Saudi Arabia or something like that. So he was going for another reason. However, there could be more into it. There could be more into that than we think. But obviously there is, because how there was another recent update saying that he's leaving the club at the end of the season. So that just confirms that he didn't necessarily just go to Saudi Arabia just because he's an ambassador. But anyway, so I think my personal opinion in this, both player and both fans have reacted incorrectly. And like you said, there's a lack of loyalty in football, no matter who you are, even if you are the greatest and the best player ever to have graced the football pitch.
So I haven't read into any of these stories. I just saw like headlines that you've sent me. And obviously we'll start off like, this is a chicken and egg situation, right? In that like, what happened first, right? Yeah. In this current incident, I would say that what happened is Messi went to Saudi Arabia, from what I understand. He went to Saudi Arabia. Then the news comes out from, I believe, his agent, Fabrizio Romano. I don't know who, I'm not that well versed on him, but apparently he said that Messi's leaving at the end of the season. Yeah. Now, I think media and fans have speculated, and they may be right, they may be wrong, but they've speculated that these two things must be connected. They might not be. It might just be that coincidentally he is an ambassador for Saudi Arabia. He went there. I mean, to be honest, PSG, what's on the front of your kit? Qatar Airways.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Anyways, people funding your club are from Saudi Arabia. If you're gonna start chatting shit, you might get your money stripped. Anyways, moving on from that. And so I feel like the fans have reacted strongly to that. I feel like there's been now moving before this incident, I feel like this season PSG were cruising up until they got kicked out of the Champions League. They were cruising in the Ligue 1. And so it was almost felt like a foregone conclusion that PSG were going to win this season. cup, like they get kicked out of the like Champions League. They lose in the like French equivalent of the FA Cup. They start losing a couple of games. Fans start turning. Now, I don't know how bad it was at the peak of like Messi in Barcelona, if he ever got any hate. But I would say that Messi's heart has always been in Barcelona. Now, there's two routes that I see happening. I don't know what's going to happen with Neymar, but we'll go on to Neymar in a little bit. But first, we'll talk about Messi. Messi, if he goes for a money move, right? He goes to America or Saudi Arabia or China or whatever, right? For money, then for me that damages his legacy. Like you've always said, Ronaldo went to Saudi Arabia he's older than Messi, right? At Messi's age, he was still playing at the peak of his powers in Serie A and Premier League, right? Yeah. Perhaps not winning anything, and actually perhaps
carrying the team.
Not necessarily carrying the team, scoring lots of goals. No. This is a completely separate podcast.
Well, did he won the Italian league, didn't he?
Yeah, but with like Juventus.
Still.
Anyways, point is that I think Ronaldo proved himself in multiple leagues. That's one of his strongest arguments, right? And then he moved to Saudi Arabia despite saying he wouldn't. Now, my thing about Messi is that he wouldn't do that. So the two parts are, he makes a money move. If he does that, then I would say it damages his legacy. He still is the GOAT for me, but I would say that like in the looking at the trajectory of both of them, I would say that he falls a little bit because he should have at least two more very good seasons.
Yeah, I still think Messi is a great player and he's still not fallen off.
If he goes
he needs to go to the Premier League, please. Messi, Premier League. I don't care who you're going to. Tottenham, I don't care.
You might care. No. So actually, there's three routes. So the first route, he makes a money move, right? I think that's the worst move he can make. The second and most likely move, I think, is he goes back to Barcelona. Yeah. Then Barcelona becomes super dangerous. Really? Lewandowski and Messi in the same team, with like Gavi.
I hope so.
Have you seen their recent team?
I have. Yeah, I have. They're doing okay. I mean, they
are 13 points clear at the top of the league. Yes. On same games. There's 5 games left.
They've only recently come good in terms of like their connection.
Yeah. Okay. And then you drop Messi into that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I'm a little outdated
if we're just thinking about like their midfield, like they have like Gavi, they have Pedri, they have like, and then they have.
Where is Messi going to slot in? Is he going to slot back in, or is he going to be a sub?
I would say he plays best as either a sub or a winger or like a floating cam, basically. Yeah. Like I think they would go back to like
good at assisting.
Yeah, and I would say like if he's behind Lewandowski. Like, I think that's a bit ridiculous to be honest. Anyways, and then the third route is he goes to another league. Now, if he goes to another league, I'm like you. I beg he goes to the Prep. But actually, no, I'm not like you, because I don't see Messi going away from La Liga because I think his heart is Catalan and he would always be with Barcelona. I don't see him in Serie A. I don't think the game suits him. I don't see him in the Bundesliga. So I think of the other leagues he's most likely to go to, probably the Premier League. But if he goes to the Premier League, the team he's most likely to go to,
don't say Man City,
is going to be Man City.
Don't say Man City.
Because who's the manager at Man City?
Yes, Guardiola.
Okay, who's the manager who loves Messi the most and has a great connection with Messi and won with Messi the most?
Guardiola. So
why wouldn't Messi go there?
Yes, you know.
Also, who is their backup striker?
Julian Alvarez.
Okay, where's he from?
Argentina.
What did he recently do with Messi as his basically understudy? Exactly. Like, I don't see any other team. Like maybe Brighton. If he won Brighton a league, I don't think there could be any argument that Messi's the GOAT. No. Like this is obviously jokes world, but I think. Unfortunately, if Messi goes to the Premier League, he's going to Man City, and Man City, just think of them.
I don't think anyone he can't go anywhere else. Like I hope he goes somewhere else in the league. If he goes Premier League, I hope he goes to another team. But I don't think there is anyone that could pay him the money that he's on right now. And by the way, Ronaldo came out on Forbes magazine.
Man City can pay.
Yeah, Forbes magazine came out and said that Ronaldo is the highest paid athlete in the world this year.
Yeah.
6 million behind is Messi.
Yep.
Right. So Ronaldo's on 136 million a year, and Messi's 130. But that's insane. So, but we gotta mention that half of that is outside and half of that is inside football. So I think half of that is actually his whole salary of football. But another report, I actually found out that David Beckham, his Miami FC team, have actually put forward some interest in him moving to America. So
yeah, so that's why I feel like the big money move is a possibility now. Messi in the Premier League,
that would be beautiful.
Most likely in Man City. Think of Man City's team. Like, we've got like a tab up here anyway for something we're doing later. Look at their like attack force. If they keep everyone right, Grealish, Haaland, Bernardo Silva, KDB, right, and then you just put Messi and Alvarez in there as well, just as backup.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like
looking at like if someone would have told me Bernardo Silva? No.
Yeah,
Bernardo Silva would have done as well as he has done this season, I would not have believed you. I know he's a great player, but he's gone to another level. He's got, he's cemented his place on the wing, right? And he's just been exceptional. He doesn't necessarily have insane pace, but he's able to dribble past players and stuff like that. So, like, I can't really see Messi jumping into the starting 11 here. It'll be a bit difficult, but he would be a good backup player for sure.
Sorry about that. Right, so speaking about this other tab, can you think of any other topics to talk about?
Apart from the title challenge of Arsenal that's still somewhat alive and unfortunately not in their hands anymore, but could have been in their hands.
Oh yeah, we could talk about that. So Man City and Haaland. Haaland's now the Premier League's greatest scorer.
35 goals, that's insane. 35 in goals. 31 games, I think.
Yeah. I mean, congrats to them. Congrats on the league, to be honest. Like, there's not really much to say about Man City. It's like, okay, congrats, you guys are like the best team. We know that.
8 wins in a row. Like, what the hell? Honestly, like,
you guys put up a good fight, man.
You know what? We have been going toe to toe with City. Yes, we have lost 2 Premier League games against them, but you don't lose the Premier League by losing 2 Premier League games against.
No, you lose the Premier League
title
by like I've said this. Okay, last topic before we move on. But the thing I said is you lose the Premier League by being indecisive, and you guys staying or like you either should have committed to the Europa League or not committed to the Europa League, because by being halfway in, so you didn't put your best strikers or midfield out on that team, but what you did was put your best defense out.
Let me just add to that: the capitulation didn't happen.
No, it happened immediately after.
No, it didn't.
It did.
It didn't. Not immediately.
What was your next game after Europa League?
So I don't necessarily remember what it was, but remember where we capitulated. We capitulated in the Liverpool game.
Yeah, which was like what? I'm gonna bring this up.
It wasn't much after. I mean, it wasn't like the next game after. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the next game after.
Arsenal fixtures.
We went on and we won like a few more games, and then we capitulated. Like there was only 2 in my view and my memory. There's only 2 parts.
Who did you get kicked out by?
Sporting.
Yeah. When was this?
There.
Okay, yeah. Fine.
So.
Yeah, but you could tell. Okay. So, and this is my point. The capitulation was immediately after it. Do you know why?
No. I mean, there was 2 games we won.
No. But do you know why? Okay, I'm looking at the results now, right?
Okay.
So before that, right, your results 1-0, 4-0, right, and then you conceded 2 against Bournemouth, right?
But we won that game.
Doesn't matter. That's not the point.
That's
not the point I'm making.
Sporting.
No, that's not what. No, this was before Sporting.
Okay.
Right. So 1-0, 1-0, 4-0, right, and then bit of blip against Bournemouth. Then you play a slightly weaker team. Now the problem is when you play weaker teams, right? Who are the players you rest? Generally your attackers, not your defense, right? So then Saliba's playing against Sporting, tough game. They score 2, right? No. Then you win 3-0, right? Saliba's still playing. Then you lose to Sporting, right? Because you didn't commit, right? So again, Saliba gets injured in this game. Then what happens after, right? 4-1, right? We're not talking. No. But like, what? Do you know what I'm focusing on? 4-1, 4-1, 2-2, 2-2, 3-3. Now, what's the common theme there? The common theme there is before Sporting, you guys kept clean sheets.
Kind of. We never really did that clean sheets.
No. I just read you a list, right? Before that,
but yeah, I get
you were 1-0, 4-0, right? Then Bournemouth, which was like a blip, right? But then afterwards, you kept conceding. And then, so...
I still think, like, in the Liverpool game, we were 2-0 up, right? Like, even in the next game up, we were 2-0 up. It is basically our fault that we let that go.
So, but the thing is, you can't simultaneously say either you guys bottled it,
but
right?
you also got to remember, yes, Saliba getting injured in the Sporting game. That's the only thing you can put it down to.
No, I'm saying that is the defining moment. The fact that you guys didn't commit. So, if you were going to not commit to the Europa League, then you should have rested your first team and just played like your second team.
In that sense, I agree. Because
if you were going to go for it, then put your best attackers out, kill the game.
Yeah.
Like put your best attackers out, kill the game, and then Saliba won't be injured because you have less defensive work if you're attacking.
What I found funny in the Sporting game, because I was at the game, is that
watch the vlog.
Yeah, quite a lot of you watched. Thank you for the support. But at the same time, what I found is that we only just lost, and it was a freakish goal, by the way, they scored, and we were up 1-0. We just couldn't finish the game off. Now, Arteta just decided to, like, throw everything into it with, I mean, we played extra time. At the end of the night, well, in extra time, he threw all the players in, and it wasn't enough, right? But then the thing is, you have to either commit at the start, or don't really.
That's what I'm saying. You need to commit. It
was a bit too late.
So like this is what I'm saying, right? So like I would say this is the difference between what I would say is an experienced manager and someone who's not as experienced, right? So I would say that I think Ten Hag is a more experienced manager overall, like including Ajax and stuff, than Arteta. And one of the things I've noticed, right? Perhaps they're not related. I don't know. But what I've noticed is that in big matches, like except for this one, so obviously bad day to say it because they just lost to Brighton. But generally, right, in big matches or like season-defining matches, Man United play well, right? And matches that are 50-50, especially with the team he's got, I would say that he's like, no, for example, right, they lost 7-0 to Liverpool. We can't forget that, right? And then, but then they won 3 games after that immediately, right? And which ones did they win? The wins for like, you know, progression in the Europa League. They won the Carabao Cup before this, right? Things like that. So it feels like what Ten Hag is doing, he's like saying, okay, this is the squad I've got. This is my resources, right? This is how I'm going to spend them. For these games, we're going to try extra hard. For these games, we're going to maybe take a step back.
I do want to point out that Ten Hag has more depth in his team, hands down, than us. That's a fact. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Proven players. Yeah.
More depth?
Depth.
Do you mean
depth? Yeah.
Depth.
Sorry.
Because I thought you said more depth in his team, and I was like, what he's got to do with the financials? What?
And also, like his players are actually more proven than Arsenal. Apart if we don't count this season out, right? They're actually more proven. It's like Sabitzer and all these players like Eriksen. I know they're injured now, but okay. But they were they were there, right? So,
but then like equally,
but I do want to also point out that up until the 29th game, Arteta was player of the manager of the month. No one was slagging him off. And also, you got to remember that every time there was a blip, Arsenal came through. 2 blips, Arsenal came through. Another blip, we have come through again. With a game, we won a game, right? That blip was a bit longer with 3 draws, but it's only 3 draws. They're not losses, but the way that we drew feels like a loss. And because we're against a team that never kind of capitulates to any other team, and it's proven against Liverpool, against a great side, they weren't going to do that against us either. So this is the thing, right? So the reason why I would say you guys have bottled it, but also that is like, I would still like, this is what I kind of dislike about your team, right? It's like there were whisperings about people saying like, sack Arteta. I'm like, what? What are you guys talking about? When? Now?
No, like after you guys lost to Man City, there were people saying like,
must have been the minority. Must have been the minority.
Yeah, but the fact is that like there should almost be no voice that says that.
I personally didn't even hear anyone say that, if I'm honest.
You should watch more Arsenal Fan TV.
I did. No one said sack Arteta.
Not from Arsenal Fan TV, but like it's in this whisperings. Anyways, point is that I would say that prior to this run, right, when you had these blips, Man City also had these blips, right? This is why you guys stayed in front of them and built your cushion, right? But the problem is that winning a season like you win the season at the end of the season, not at the beginning, right? And what I mean by that is that when it came to crunch time, this is crunch time, right? Especially, I would say your draw against Liverpool, that's fair. You're away. right? Liverpool actually should have won that game. They had much better chances in the second half, and you win at the end of the game, not the beginning.
Well, we should have won the game at the start, at the first half.
No, the thing is, you were winning, and then you bottled it, but you held on, and that's fine, right? But I would say
the next 2 games is what we really need to talk about.
The next 2 and 3 games.
Yeah. Well, listen, I knew for a fact we were going to lose against City, but not the way that we did. That was a little bit embarrassing in my opinion. We got nervous. Our team is not a title-winning team just yet. We haven't won anything. So
I would say that your
really
team
nervous.
is a title-winning team. It's just that
Not
your team
against City.
didn't have the nerve to hold it. Because essentially, I would say that City game, right, only became like that because of your previous 3 games. So at the Liverpool game, right, like talk about like
because our first encounter in the Premier League against City
was close.
And it was actually we made a mistake, right?
Yeah.
But we were actually like toe to toe with them.
But what I'm trying to say is that like think about the trajectory of your team, right? So at the beginning of the Liverpool match, right, you had a huge cushion, right? You guys were feeling like you were going to win the league, and you guys should be winning the league. Okay. Then you go 2-0 up. At this point, it's nailed on. You could lose 2 games of the next until before you play Man. Like you could lose one of the games before Man City and the Man City game, and still be in front of them. But then you capitulate, and it becomes 2-2, right? So you salvage a draw from that. Fine, you get 1 point. So you've lost 2 points there. Okay. Then you play West Ham. You go 2-0 up again. Okay, fine. You can't afford a loss here, but you're winning. And you've got almost a guaranteed win against Southampton at that time, right? So even at this point, if you lose to City, you still win the league, right?
Yeah.
Then you capitulate and concede 2.
The biggest hurt was Southampton game.
But then at this point you've lost 4 points, right? So now you can't lose to Man City and still win the league.
Yeah.
But you can still draw and win the league, as long as you beat Southampton, right? Then you're losing to Southampton. And then you salvage a draw from that, fine, right? But so that's 9 points you could have gotten, that you should have gotten, and you dropped 6 points. So that's 2 wins that you've dropped, right? Now suddenly Man City, you have to win.
Yeah.
If you draw, you lose the league, right? And that just adds like each game, you add more pressure. You add more pressure.
This was actually the biggest capitulation of the whole season. Like even us, more of a blip. More. This was the biggest. This was the biggest capitulation. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Collapse. It's a collapse.
Yeah, so up until the 29th game, we deserved to win the title. Whether anyone says anything, we deserved to win the title up until the 29th game. And then with only 9 games left,
season.
Yes, I know. But it's funny because Gary Neville said that he would always rather be the hunter instead of the hunted.
Absolutely.
And he even predicted that this was going to happen. Now, we're not at the end just yet, so that could well flip, but it's quite likely with the momentum that City have that the inevitable is going to happen.
Okay. Yeah. So I would agree with that. I would say that you only prefer to be the hunted if you are not used to winning. Because basically, I would say City would prefer to be ahead because they know how to close out a season. It's like Djokovic.
Their previous seasons, they're always behind.
No. If we're talking about yeah, but like they've won 5 of the last 6, right?
4
of the last 5, and they're going to win this season. So 5 of the last 6, right? And like they've been behind in 2 of them.
But when they're United, they were behind.
No, they weren't.
They won on goal difference.
Oh yeah, but fine, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, moving on from this. Do you want to do the football thing first, or do you want to talk about the final?
Can we just pause it for a second?
Okay, why?
Only because I noticed something that there's 2 audio inputs, and I really hope that's not messing it up. What's that? That's capturing something.
It should be fine because it's from the same mic. It's the same mic.
It's the same mic.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Right. So final sport thing before we go into our team of the season. We're going to do the James Lawrence Alcott Premier League Team of the Season Challenge. Okay. But KSI versus Fournier next week.
Ooh.
We've watched some sparring footage.
Yep.
I must admit, I for some reason just haven't been as up to date for this fight as I was for the Fury Jake Paul. I think the Fury Jake Paul was sold better in my opinion, as in like the interviews and the like not sold better as in like I feel like the animosity, the anger, like the shit talking between the 2 of them was better than the KSI Fournier one. It seems like they're being respectful to one another.
I don't think KSI wants to be clipped.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be clipped, just in case I'm like. But can we go into it?
Yeah, go. Okay. You go.
So after looking at some sparring footage, yes, Fournier has better pro record and he has a world championship under his belt at IBF maybe, then Fury, Tommy Fury. But Tommy Fury is technically better. From what I see, he moves better, he fights better, and so on. Just from the clips that I've seen, I don't know about anything else. So, in my personal opinion, I actually think KSI is fighting a less of a talent compared to Fury.
I agree with that.
Than Jake Paul. And if KSI comes through with this, it will be a great victory, great win, and he can really just boast about this. And it would only put the fight against Jake Paul and KSI in, like, it will put it up a notch, and it's gonna only make it even better. But that's not necessarily gonna mean that KSI would steamroll Jake Paul.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all those points. For me, I feel like watching his fights, Fournier doesn't look as technically sound or as fast as Tommy Fury. My argument against, like, I stand by that. I thought Tommy Fury was going to lose against Jake Paul, and my reasoning was because he always folded under pressure, under the lights. I didn't say that he's technically a worse boxer, right? We had this conversation, we had the podcast, watched the VODs. What I said was that he is technically and inspiring and on the pads like the better boxer, but Jake Paul performs under the lights. And actually, I would still say in that fight, Jake Paul performed under the lights. He's just not that good a boxer, right? That's just what it is, right? Yeah. But he clipped Fury. He got a down in quotation marks, right?
It was a down.
Yeah, officially, not really. But anyways, that's beside the point. The point is that, like, he performs under the lights, right? He fights a bit like Fournier, right? He's a bit heavier. He's got power, right? So, like, I would say, like, Fury did what he could. Paul did what he could, but Fury is just a better boxer on the night. That's just what it is. I don't think Fournier is as good a boxer. I would say KSI, from what I've seen, like, the thing is, I can't judge KSI because all of his fights have been against trash opponents. The only decent opponent he has was Logan Paul, and he lost the first fight, in my opinion. It was a draw at the end, right? But that's because Logan Paul punched him whilst he was on the floor and got a deduction. If he didn't do that, he lost the first fight. Yeah. Okay? He won the second fight.
I don't think at any of those fights that Logan fought against KSI, I think Logan bottled it.
Yeah, but the thing is, for the first fight, I don't think he bottled it because he actually won it, in my opinion. Yeah. Right?
He just steamed out.
He steamed out towards the last 2 rounds, but he got a proper down, right? And if he had left KSI alone, he'd have won that fight on points.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So, if that being the case, after that, who has he fought? No one.
No one. No.
Swarms never boxed. FaZe Temper, another influence boxer. Pineda, a pro boxer, but like really no. I was there for that fight as well. That was embarrassing.
Bit of a jump though, if we compare the standards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Fournier is his first real opponent. Now, if he starches Fournier, right? If he gets in there, puts pressure on him, and knocks this guy out, then I would say, okay, fair enough. Like KSI, I would put you above Jake Paul currently as the best YouTube boxer, but you still need to prove it against Jake Paul, right? And also, I still think Salt Pappy is actually the best YouTube boxer, in my opinion. Right? He's also got the fight on the undercard, I believe.
Looks technically better than any of those 2 top guys.
Yeah. So like, I actually like from a sporting point of view, I think Salt Pappy is the boxer I want to see against Jake Paul and KSI. Right. But anyways,
I think it could happen.
But yeah. So that's my thoughts. Ultimately, who do you think is going to win, KSI or Fournier? I think KSI.
Even though Fournier does look a bit iffy in his matches, I still think him as a pro boxer, his experience and all that kind of thing will pull him through.
Round of drinks on it.
I would like KSI to win.
Round of drinks on it.
But I think Fournier will win.
Round of drinks on it.
Because of his experience,
Okay, we'll go for a happy hour at B1. First round.
Well, you should have said that earlier before you shook. No, I don't really want to deal with that.
Oh, it's 1 round.
Alright, fine. As long as it's 1.
Yeah, it's just 1 round, don't worry.
Cost of living in it.
Cost of living, price and time. Shut up, man. Right, so we're going to do the James Lawrence Olcott Premier League team of the season. I've already done this. So the rules for this are, you have to pick 1 player from every team. Ooh, nice. Okay, 1 player from every team. Yeah. It's a 20-man squad. Okay. You have to pick a double in every single position except for 2.
A double for a sub?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the 2 that people normally don't do is right back and left back. You'll see why later.
Why is that a rule?
just because if you did the double of every player,
Oh,
then you
okay.
get 22.
Yeah, and that won't.
So
many players.
yeah, so
Okay.
the two positions people normally pick are right back, left back, but whatever, you can do what you want. So he did it in a 4-3-3. He's formatted this in a 4-3-3. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is pulled from him. Okay. So we'll sit off to the side a little bit, but this is his spreadsheet. I'm gonna move it down here. And make it a bit smaller so it doesn't get in the way of our faces.
I mean, hopefully they can see it.
Yeah, and what we'll do is,
I mean, you can make it bigger. My face is only here.
What I'll also do is at the end of this, whilst we're talking, I'll put it into the footbin squad. So we'll keep going back and forth with the footbin squad, okay? So that it looks a bit better anyway, and you can actually see the players. Yeah. Right. So now you can pick this how you want. What he said is you should leave Arsenal last because they're the hardest team to do. But you can do what you want.
What was his idea behind it?
It's just because otherwise it gets too difficult because you might pick a person in a position that, you know,
leave Arsenal last, and then.
But you can do what you want. You can do what you want.
Think about okay.
So, which player do you want to go in first?
Goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper. Okay. Are you just gonna go like goalkeeper, right back, left back, like that?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Why is that not a good idea?
You do what you want.
Okay, so I am going to choose Edison as keeper.
Edison as keeper.
Yeah, he has been absolutely sound.
Okay, so we'll put this down here. So Edison as keeper.
I might actually end up not going in a row.
And we'll put in a colour there. Okay, so you picked Edison, and who's your second keeper?
Second keeper, I would probably say.
By the way, you do. So the rules for this are: if you picked Edison for Man City's keeper, you can't pick any other Man City player. You realise that? Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, because you have only 20. You have 20 spots. You need one player from every team.
I fucked up.
Do you wanna take that back?
I messed up.
Okay.
See, it's the first time I'm playing this game. I messed up. You know what? I'm not gonna pick.
Who are you gonna pick then?
No. Then I'm gonna have to pick. Alisson,
yeah? Okay, okay. Interesting. What we want is... Oh, shoot. What we want is for us to end up with completely different teams, okay?
That's definitely going to happen, but thanks for the heads up on that one. I messed up hard.
That's okay. Where is Alisson?
You messed his name up properly.
Oh,
what are you doing? Just Control Z, man.
I am Control Zing.
Yeah, just do that. What have you done, honestly?
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Alisson.
Oh, God's sake. Control C, Control V. There we go.
Alright, cool.
Okay. And your second keeper?
Second keeper is going to be...
So this is what I did, okay? After I picked a player, I hid the team so that they're off the table.
That's a good idea. Alright, so second keeper I'm gonna pick is...
I would okay, some advice. I would say pick your first 11 first.
Okay.
And then pick your like
okay, fine. Yeah, but you're the one who asked me the second keeper.
Well,
okay, fine.
Yeah, so that's why I'm helping you out.
Yeah, thanks man. Okay, cool. So I'm going to now go ahead and pick right back. So let's have a look.
You don't have to. You can pick any other player first.
Alright, hold on. Okay, let me go up front then.
Since you're picking it, what I'll do is I'll put this in the corner over me because I'm just working it, right?
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
So that it looks better.
Yeah,
we're
going to see a lot more than that. So let's go ahead and pick the left wing. I'll pick left wing.
Okay.
I'm going to pick Rashford.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm going to pick Rashford.
Okay.
He's just been insane this season.
I agree.
And he deserves a spot on my starting 11.
Okay. I also picked Rashford.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I really want to pick KDB.
Okay.
But I can't because... Yeah.
Because
Haaland as striker, please.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can... We can't.
Remember, you don't have to pick 4-3-3, right? So this is 4-3-3, but...
I know. Okay, so...
Oh, God.
Oh, okay, so... Okay.
It just becomes more complicated if you don't do it in 4-3-3, but you don't have to do it in 4-3-3.
Why is Liverpool still there?
Because I just messed up.
Okay.
Hide.
Alright, so next we have Okay, I'll leave the right wing position because I think I know what I'm going to put there, but could change. All right, so let's have a look. I'm going to put Trippier as right back.
Trippier as right back. Yeah. Okay, your team is looking very similar to me. I keep moving this around a little bit, but for now, okay.
Similar to you, okay. Interesting.
We have different keepers, okay. But
who else? Some of these names I'm not too familiar with, but
yeah, this is why it gets difficult.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna put.
To be fair to Julian, let me just hide this for a second. To be fair to Julian, okay, so I did this in my own time. Okay, yeah. I was faster than you, to be honest.
Yeah, thanks.
But I went quite deep. So I'll show you my team later. Okay.
Deep as in like detail.
I'll let you know.
Okay. All right, so I'm thinking Thiago Silva in his prime was insane. Or Koulibaly. I'll probably put Thiago Silva.
Okay, good choice. I did that too.
Because, really,
yeah.
My days. And by the way, he's not told me his team.
Yeah.
He's not told me his team.
Otherwise, this would be boring.
Yeah. Who else are we looking at? We're looking at. The thing is, if I put Saliba in, then I can't choose Odegaard, and I want Odegaard in the team, or Saka. I was thinking of that. So let me go to the left back position. You know what? The best left back has been Zinchenko all throughout the season.
You want Zinchenko?
That's a fact. But the thing is, if I put Zinchenko there, it's going to really hinder our chances.
This is why they said Arsenal last team, because you could almost put every single player: Saliba, Zinchenko, Partey. Not recently. Yeah. Odegaard. Saka.
Odegaard has been insane. Like, Walcott, nice. He's there.
So this is every team starting 11.
In his prime, he was insane. Let's have a look. You know what? I'm gonna have to. I think I know who I'm gonna put for Arsenal, but it's just sad that Saka and Odegaard have been top. It's been insane. All right, so I'm gonna put. Let's have a look at the Brighton squad. Who's that Asian dude? Mitoma.
You want Mitoma?
Can I put him in midfield?
So this is what happens if there's a bit of a debate. So I'll show on the second stream. We're just constructing Julian's team. But if there's a bit of a debate, what I would do is I will go on Footbin, right, and then I'll click on a position. So you want him for left wing, yeah?
No, because
okay, for attacking mid, right? Yeah. So I'll type in Mitoma, and if he's got a card that plays there, then you can have it. If he doesn't, then that means he doesn't play that position normally, and you can't have it. That fair?
I think that's quite fair. Yeah.
I need to get rid of this ad.
You can't. Oh, free advertisement.
Why can't I get rid of it?
No worries. It looks like he only plays in the left wing position.
He's left wing position, so no, you can't have him as a cam.
This is unfortunate. How about Saka? What can he play as midfield?
Saka. Left wing, right mid. I don't see any attacking position.
No worries. No. Okay. I think I know who I'm going to choose now.
Right, let's just turn this off.
Okay, I'm going to, for left centre back, I'm going to put, I think he's been decent this season. I'm looking at,
it's getting tough, isn't it?
I was going to put Klein. I know he plays right back, but I'm on the left. It's funny. I might just well put Mings. Mings has been doing pretty decent.
Oh, I'm surprised you got to Mings.
Why?
That's what I picked.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What the hell? I'll put Mings because this season he's doing alright. He's always done alright.
So I'll let you know a little bit about what I did. So I looked at every team. I looked at the defenders, tackles completed, and tackles success.
You actually looked at the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I had time.
Fair
and
enough.
I also arranged it by goals scored for and against to see which team had a better like goal to game ratio. Which is why I said Chelsea has a good goal to game ratio. So
basically, I'm choosing players that you've actually statistically looked up, and I'm actually picking those players.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
So impressive.
I'm pretty good at this game. Alright, well now it's going to go downhill. All right, let's have a look. Who else we got? We've got the left back position. You see, for the Arsenal squad, the only 3 players I was actually considering putting in is, I mean, Martinelli is our top scorer, and has scored, I think, the same amount of goals as Rashford has now. But the thing is, Rashford has only recently picked up his form. Martinelli has proven his form throughout the whole season. And Martinelli plays a different type of game to Rashford. Rashford is carrying the team.
You can pick Martinelli.
Martinelli is
right
not
wing.
carrying the team. He's actually playing. He could have scored more goals.
Yeah, but you can pick it as your second right winger.
Yeah.
Or left winger.
Okay, I probably will. But then, yeah.
But then your Arsenal player will be on the bench.
Yeah, but then can I choose 2 Arsenal players?
No.
Even if he's second?
No.
No. Oh, there you go. Alright, so I'm probably going to have to pick. I could easily just. The thing is, Odegaard has been absolutely incredible. But let me just pick McAllister because he has been insane.
McAllister, are you playing this in a 4-3-3 or what are you playing this as?
McAllister's a cam, isn't he?
Yeah, so
I can put him as a centre mid.
Yeah, you can. So you can put.
Yeah, I'm going to play 4-3-3.
Just a standard 4-3-3, yeah?
Yeah, standard 4-3-3.
Okay.
McAllister. Okay. You didn't pick him, did you?
No.
Yeah. Who else is
But
there?
that's good.
Yeah, good. Who's JWP?
James Ward-Prowse.
Oh, he's not bad. He's usually a guy that pulls through. Tielemans as well, I forgot him. Ooh, I have to pick. Oh, Madison. Oh, shizzles, man, shizzles. Alright, Madison in.
Madison,
yeah. I forgot him.
Are you putting him in your starting 11 or are you putting
Starting
him
11.
in starting 11?
Yeah. I feel like he can move around. He doesn't have to be cam.
It doesn't have to be, no. I'll put him as your centre mid then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I also picked him.
Neves for Wolves. He could be a good DM, actually. Oh, Rice. I totally forgot about him. 100% Rice. 100%.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm not picking Partey.
Well, because you have to pick another Arsenal player and also he's been playing crap recently.
Well, I mean, no, he's still a great player. Like, I still think that overall, he's been better than Casemiro.
Don't worry, I'm only trolling you. I also picked Rice.
Yeah. And then, who else? Who we got for left back position? Lodi. I don't know who these players are, that's the thing. Definitely not Tottenham.
You're going to have to pick someone from Tottenham.
Yeah.
Should I put you in a 4-3-3 with a CDM? Since you have Rice.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the second, right?
Okay, I'm picking Saka.
Saka, yeah?
Yeah. I know he's playing on the other side, isn't he?
What, Saka's your right wing?
Well, no, he normally plays left, doesn't he?
Doesn't matter, he's got a card that plays both.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to put him in because he's just been insane.
And no, he normally plays right wing, doesn't he?
Does he?
Yeah,
Okay,
he plays right
that's
wing.
fine then.
He
Okay.
plays right wing for England.
Okay, that's fine, my bad. Alright, and who we got for left back? Can I pick any of these as well for left back? I can't.
If they've got a card that plays at left back, you can play him at left back.
I know who Henry is, I know Lodi, I know Davis, but I don't know anyone else.
Oh, you're going to have to...
What?
I'm going to have to play in the 4-3-3-4 because Madison can only play as a cam on this game.
Okay.
That's fine. Because
No problem.
Rice can. Okay, so your only position left is... You
is
can play a free back and then you can take out Trippier.
3 back and take out Trippier.
Yeah. Or you can just pick a left back.
I'm good. I'm going to pick a left back. Well, and then who? What? 3 and then 5 in the middle.
If you want.
Or 4 in the middle. Is that not how City tend to play sometimes?
Possibly.
Throughout the games. Alright, so I'm gonna just pick a randomer.
Do you want to look at these left backs on FIFA?
I'm gonna put Henry in.
Henry
From Brentford.
from Brentford.
I mean, they're quite high on the table, aren't they? They're doing
Yeah,
quite well.
and Henry's got pretty good stats. He's got 70% tackle completion.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Henry. You didn't pick him, did you?
No.
All right, cool. We can get rid of that guy. And now we're picking the.
Now you're picking
backups.
your backups, yeah.
Ooh, Soha's looking lit. So you know what? Probably should have considered picking a striker from Brentford. Oh, Calvert-Lewin. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna pick Walcott. Only because he's actually
against you guys.
doing pretty good recently.
Where's your Z?
Why? Oh, it's a Hungarian keyboard.
Yeah, gathered. Where's Henry?
Listen.
Here we
Ooh,
go. Yeah.
90 pace. That's good on the wing. On the back.
So you want, who do you want?
Walcott.
Walcott, where is he? Oh, here. For Southampton.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice, we're getting some diversity now. We're getting some diversity.
The best player in Southampton, in my opinion. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna pick Navas for goalkeeper.
Navas.
Only because
backup goalkeeper.
He's a decent freaking keeper.
Okay.
God knows how he ended up in Forest. After coming from
PSG. Well, he's a Leicester shit show. That is PSG right now.
Yeah.
So he's my main keeper.
It's funny how Tottenham is still in this. I think I know who I'm gonna pick. Definitely not Richarlison. I didn't know Richarlison's played this camp.
I think he's just put it here because he's part of the starting 11. They probably play a 4-4-2 in it.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna pick. Ooh, it will be another Arsenal player. Nice. Coleman. Who's Coleman? Oh, Coleman. Time to put Zaha underneath Rashford.
Zaha, okay.
Zaha, sorry, not Zaha. Okay, who else is there? Am I still in the picture?
I'm gonna presume so.
Yeah.
Okay, so just bring up the video.
And then, yeah, I'm still here, lads. Alright, coming to the end of this, I'm gonna have to probably, because the best player in the Tottenham side has been Kane. And
interesting. Same.
I'm gonna have to put him in because no matter how shit Tottenham do, he's always either the top scorer or the second highest top scorer.
Yep.
He just pulls it out of the bag, like he just.
That's
scores.
why he's in my squad.
He's
He's in my squad and he's in the exact same position as well.
You can't disrespect him, man. You just cannot disrespect that guy. I wouldn't mind if he came to Arsenal.
Okay.
No, I don't think Arsenal fans would disagree.
Okay.
Like, the thing is, Kane likes Arsenal. We all
No,
know
he
that.
doesn't.
No, he
He likes
used to-
scoring against
He
you.
used to be a supporter against us, for us, against us. All right, so we're coming to the end. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. Bournemouth. Wow, Bournemouth. Let's have a look. Solanke. Can't choose any of those guys anymore. Who's billing? Who the fuck is billing? All I'm seeing is Iwobi in that Everton team.
Do you want Iwobi?
No, because he used to be good back in the days, but he's tarnished himself. Collins. Who's Collins? Oh, Zamedo. Ooh. No. Neves.
Ruben Neves.
Yeah,
Ruben Neves.
he's a
Same
quality
as
player.
me.
Bloody hell, mate. Why are we so good at picking? Alright, coming to the end of this. I'm starting to not know these players. I keep looking at Coleman. For some reason. Alright, Pereira. Well, who's McKin? Yeah, I know Pereira. That's all who I know out of that list, by the way. I don't know who else.
Okay.
Who else there is there, unfortunately. Let's see. The key. Guay. I know Guay.
Are you just going with players that you know now?
Yeah, I'm going with players I know. Tarkowski.
Okay.
I know Tarkowski as well.
So are you picking them?
Paul. Who's Paul? Oh, I'm gonna just have to go with a player I know. And Guay.
So who's the player you know?
Centre mid. Guay. Guey.
Yep, give me a second. I'm just Guay here, yeah?
Yeah.
Add your backup CDM.
Mhm.
Okay,
Or not CM.
fine. Yeah.
And then the last two. I genuinely do not know these players.
Well,
Smith, because it's a very British name. I think I know who that is. Who's the highest rating on FIFA? Which one of these guys are the highest rating on FIFA?
Sorry, I haven't added these last few players. So Neves. Who else did you add? So on your bench was Navas, Neves, Guehi. Okay, he's got future stars. Good pick. Oh no, wait, is that?
That's not him.
Oh no. I've got Guehi. Guehi. Oh, God damn your Hungarian keyboard. Oh, Guy. He went to PSG briefly. You don't remember that dude?
No, I remember him now. That's the World Cup card. Pierre.
Zaha. God
You
damn
just
it.
change it. Oh, hold on. Go for it. Nice.
Zaha.
No, it should be good.
Yeah. And who else have I? 1, 2, 3,
Walcott.
4, 5, 6. Neves,
Okay,
Walcott, Neves, Guy, Pereira.
I hope he's the guy that I think he is.
Pereira. Oh, with an E. Where is he? Oh, Andres Pereira. Here we go.
He's definitely not the guy I thought he was.
I think I know who you mean, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got two more.
He plays for Aston Villa, doesn't he? That Pereira, whatever his name is. Alright, I'm gonna randomly just pick. I'm gonna pick Kush.
Paqueta.
Kush.
Koch.
Kush.
Okay.
Kush. Who the hell is Kush?
He's this dude.
Nice. German.
FIFA legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kush. Oh, who is that? Is that yours?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna pick Senesi because it sounds like Sensei.
Senesi. Okay, interesting.
But you haven't put it here.
That's fine because
Okay,
what we're
cool.
going to do is I've done his team on
Crazy game.
Footbin instead. Ignore the free advertising. So this is Julian's team.
What happened to Haaland's face? How are you disrespecting a 35 goal scoring legend?
I'm trying to make sure that it's all in, so let's go like this. There we go. Now it should all be in frame.
Yes.
There we go. So this is his full team. I would say it's a very good team. It's very similar to what I picked. What I would say the biggest differences we had was basically, so I didn't have Zaha, Pereira, Gay, Walcott. I had Navas as my main keeper. Anyways, I'll show you my team now. So let's just close this. And let's change this one to the current squad builder, and I'm gonna need to bring out my squads as well.
Okay. So you chose Saka?
Yes.
All right. You reckon he's the best right wing?
Yeah.
I reckon too. Man. Thanks for confirming that.
I'm not above that. I would say I'm probably one of the most impartial people on this. So what I did, my trick was I picked a 4-1-2-1-2 wide position, which allowed. Do you know why I did that?
Where does Saka play then?
Plays right mid
Okay.
with Haaland up front.
Oh, crazy! Yeah, that was
Left wing, and then what I have as my from Brentford I had Tony because he's
been insane.
amazing.
Yeah. I should have thought of that. I should have thought of changing.
I told you that you could.
Yeah.
I put Madison
The
as
thing
my
is-
cam.
I just chose a random Brentford player.
Okay, and what else did I have? I obviously had Rice as well here. And then I had Estupinian as my left back.
Okay.
Then
I mean,
so
to be perfectly honest, the top area is probably better than my team, because of the fact that it offers a lot more diversity. But at the same time, I didn't have a long time to really do this. This was like
you don't have to make excuses. I think I spent the same amount of time as you on this.
sure with no stats.
Yeah, so I looked into stats like goals for, goals against, things like that. So then,
Good team.
why is this here? Go away. Anyways, so the only differences we had, so we had the same defense, except I had Navas instead of Alisson, because on my bench I had Harry Kane, I had Pickford as my backup goalkeeper, and I think that's better than your two. Well, no, you have Alisson Navas. Actually, you might have a better goalkeeper, right? But then I didn't have a spare right back. My spare centre back, I had Senesi as well, like you, because I don't know anyone on Bournemouth. He has quite good tackle completion though.
Yeah, he's a good
And then I had my Crystal Palace player was Anderson, who's just a randomer.
Yeah. You didn't want to pick up Saha?
No, because my spare right wing. Have you not noticed I don't have a Liverpool player yet, and my Liverpool player was Salah. So my bench has Kane and Salah on it to bring on. I also had Neves like you.
Who did I pick for Liverpool again?
You picked Alisson.
That was a shit pick then. I literally fucked up because imagine having Salah as a sub. Oh my days.
I had Ward-Prowse.
Good shot. I don't know this game.
And then I had a silver player from Leeds called Nyonto. Because I don't know anyone from Leeds, and like it would have been Bamford if I had. And the player you're missing from Fulham, who is the player I think you wanted to pick, was Polinia.
Yeah, that's the guy. He's been playing really well.
Yeah. So I would say, you know,
we had picked from Fulham.
You picked this Pereira.
Jesus Christ.
You picked this dude.
Pereira.
I
meant fucking Pochettino.
Yeah, but you didn't pick it. So yeah. But still, I think what's interesting is like we came up with pretty much just you pick this guy.
Jesus Christ.
What's interesting is we picked pretty much a very similar team.
Yeah.
I think I snaked you because I like didn't remind you of Tony.
Well, I knew of Tony, but I felt like I couldn't pick a striker anymore. I picked Kane and what's it called? I didn't know you could pick 3 strikers. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I did tell you. So I played.
Well, I only realised that after when you said formation change, right?
No, I told you right at the beginning you could do formation changes.
But I didn't know that would allow me to pick 3 strikers. Otherwise,
because you have backups, right? So I have So I have 3 strikers and 5 midfielders.
Yeah.
You have 6 midfielders and 2 strikers.
Yeah.
Right. So we still end up with 8 players.
Yeah.
But I'm playing a 4-1-2-1-2 wide,
which is actually a better formation.
Not necessarily. It just allowed me to fit more of the players I wanted.
Well, I mean, with Tony and Haaland on form, it's insane.
Yeah. So I would say that my team is slightly better just because I knew a bit more. But I would say what's interesting is like pretty much our whole team is the same.
Is that Saka's best card?
Yes.
That'd be horrendous.
It's not team of the season. He hasn't got his team of the season yet.
Okay.
Right. So.
And how is Haaland only 96?
That was his team of the year. We've been going for an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
I think we're going to end this. So we're going to end this on a new section. So we're going to go. I'm going to put in some like jazzy game show music. Nice click. So the way this is going to work is it's an overall best of 5. Okay.
I was actually going to just say something before we continue.
Okay. I'm going to drink some iced tea.
Can I please go to the toilet?
No.
Man hasn't taken a piss for the last 1 hour and 17 minutes, and I've had a lot to drink.
It's fine. QI says that if you need to hold in your pee, you think better.
Make it easy.
Okay, it's best of 3 each round. Okay. Best of 5 overall. There are forfeits.
Oh god.
Okay.
You're playing against the guy that.
The first forfeit. Do you have alcohol? Here.
Yeah.
Is it shit tasting?
No, actually, not that bad. It's
okay. Wine. So we'll do the go get it and have a pee at the same time.
Thank you.
I'll entertain the chat for a little bit.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Oh no, we won't. Julian has come back. He's got us a couple of glasses. So let's get the game. What are we drinking today?
Just this wine, one of the best wines in Sainsbury's. That's like pasta.
19 Crimes. I think I've drunk this before. I had the red wine version of this.
Yeah.
Gonna have to make it pretty big pour. There's not a lot of it left.
You know why?
Why?
Because my ex-girlfriend drank all of it and left that much.
Okay.
That was all her, by the way.
Okay. It was meant to be a punishment shot, but doesn't seem like much of a punishment if it's a good wine. But anyways, so FIFA, so football tic-tac-toe. 5, 3.
Sanya. SAG. SAG. SAG.
Oh, SAG.
Okay,
Alright.
yeah.
Okay. I'll go Felix.
Oh no!
Sterling.
Sterling here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, where else am I gonna put him, bro?
Raheem the Dream.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Bernardo Silva.
Shit.
Portuguese Bournemouth. I don't know anything.
I know who this is though.
Okay.
Aubameyang.
Obama blood cut. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I need to pick Bournemouth, Arsenal. Did Walcott play for Bournemouth? Oh, I know. Wilshere. Wilshere played for them.
Shit, you're right. Oh, you're
Yes.
right. Oh, you're right. Oh, let's see.
Your turn.
Yeah, I want the Man City Liverpool. Come on, big bro.
Five.
No. You don't know it. You don't know it.
Four.
You don't know it. You don't know
Three.
it. No. Okay,
Two.
I got it. No, tap.
One.
Press. I know it.
I got it.
No. I'm just gonna.
Sterling.
Sterling's already there. You can't pick him again.
Yeah, I can.
And that's why I didn't pick Sterling.
Why?
Because I thought you can't pick him again. That's why I didn't pick him. I knew it was Sterling.
I'm gonna take that win.
No, but
Okay, fine. You didn't know the rules. We'll start again. We might have to cut this whole
that's
segment.
cheating, surely. You can't pick the
Fine.
same player.
You should know this one.
Fabregas.
Oh, I was gonna go Santi Cazorla.
Nah, the OG is Fabregas. Mate, if you don't know that.
He's got what's his name? I mean, the Paul played for them. Oh, that's not how you spell it. Fuck it. What's his name? Romar. Serge Romano. What do you mean?
No, I didn't know. I just loading into
Romero. That's what I'm thinking of. Can I just get Romero? Just give me a sec. Sergio. It's Christian Romero.
How many goals is this guy gonna have, bro? Honestly. Actually, that's so
There we
I love Yente.
Oh, you stole mine, man. Which one was it?
Yeah, that one.
It was this one, yeah. Okay. Spanish West Ham. Do you know a Spanish West Ham? Shit.
I think so. I don't know. I might be wrong to be honest.
I mean, I'm gonna just have to put like pressure on you to get it wrong. Was the Martinez?
Shit, I fucked up. I should have picked it.
Isn't it Emi Martinez from West Ham?
No.
Oh, he's Villa.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it!
Gareth Bale.
You said you knew a Spanish West Ham.
No, I'm just letting you win. I'm letting you get. I'm giving you a chance. I need opportunities here.
Is it Lazari? No. There's that guy who played for
I ain't saying anything.
the Karate Kid. Zarate, that's what his name was. Do you know an Argentinian Arsenal
Well,
player?
Messi could have come to Arsenal, but
He didn't know, did he?
no, he didn't. I genuinely.
5,
There isn't an Arsenal Argentinian player. Like, no, there
2,
isn't.
1. My turn.
You obviously know.
Yep, Martinez.
I reminded you.
Yep. And I win! You do the first punishment, 20 push-ups.
You know, it's a bit disrespectful that I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is. So you really should do 20 push-ups.
I'm actually happy to do 20 because I recently did like quite a lot.
Actually, do max to failure.
Like 30.
Okay. Can it see you?
No.
4, 5. I'm just gonna casually sit here and plan this next one. How many are you on?
22.
Okay. Show up. You done?
Just do 50 then. Because we need to go in the next round. Nice. Okay. I'll go first this round. Enzo Fernandez.
Alright. Let me take a breath, bro. I just did 50 breaths. That's my max, recent max.
Cool. Your turn.
I can't even see, bro.
Give you a 5-second counter.
Yep.
4, 3, 2.
Cliche.
God damn it, I was going to do that.
Yeah. I could put Sanya.
Counting.
Oh, I know this guy. Wait, hold on. Oh, go on the Gundogan. Chelsea.
Okay, I'm gonna go Havertz.
That shit there.
Yeah.
Oh shit. To be honest, we're in the same boat now, honestly.
Yeah.
If you start counting, you do not know anyone that's from Chelsea. I mean, just give up front. Man City. Who would go from Leeds to Man City, or even vice versa? No one.
Okay.
Oh, Calvin Phillips. The Phillips.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
The Phillips dude. Yes. Yes. I done it.
Okay, my turn to do push-ups.
I done it.
I don't think I can do 50, man. I said 20. Last time I did like push-ups, I got.
Did you put the camera down?
No. Last time I did push-ups was like 2 years ago.
You have to do at least 20.
Oh god.
Good work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Oh, 7, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 8. Oh shit. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Oh, 40.
Oh, put it there. Oh, that's a
What
good.
was the sound of that? What was that sound?
Just this hitting the floor.
I feel like it was your chest. Nice.
Okay. 1-1.
Mate, I can't believe I got that. It was so last minute.
Right. Next punishment is
But when I said it, you knew it was right, right?
half a glass of wine. Yeah. I should have gone for it. Right. Scottish is the only bad one. Let's go with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, but we don't know in Newcastle.
No, that's fine, I do. Remember, I'm thirsty.
Okay.
I should have picked next program.
Aki.
Will it?
Which one?
Joe.
Tierney.
This was the closest. I should have put Tierney because you didn't fucking know this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I should have put Tierney.
That's your own fault.
No way. No.
And now we can't do it.
Hold on.
We just can't do
That was the closest one for a long time. How do you know Tierney?
it, man. You mentioned it last time.
No. I know, we have to call it a draw. Let's call it a draw, Jamie, okay? Thank you, bye.
2,000 years later.
Should we just drink wine? I'm just gonna drink wine. Okay. There's wine?
Yeah, sure.
Here's one.
Cheers. Yeah. Okay, let's restart, man. We don't know this one.